By the end of the year 2022, the U.S. Army was 15,000 people short to get in the U.S. military. It's not that they didn't get 15,000 people volunteers, but 15,000 who could not pass an aptitude test. It's like, they can read, can't they? Well, maybe not. They're not so bright. They may not even know there's a U.S. Army. Well, of course, they joined. And they're overweight. Yes. They have love handles. And that ran between the age of 18 and 30-something. What are we going to do? They set up a program in a couple selected military bases to take some of those people and bring their test scores up 10 points. Now, if they're somewhere like 10 or to 20, you want to bring them up to 30. Okay, so you'll be able to do is take them, run them through basic camp. Now, this camp they're having here is to get the raw recruits kind of like up to par before they go to basic training. So in that camp, everybody said, please and thank you. Yes. The DI said, please will you do that? Thank you for doing that. Of course, regular military is something else. But, it was very nice, get the thing. And they got them educated, like, this is how you spell and, I, O, to, right, basically, yes. Why? Because when they go into a specialty, they need to read the field manual and the technical manuals and understand what they're reading. And you're trying to get the raw recruits before the interbasic training. You want to bring them up that par. And then, of course, you have to get rid of the fat. That means exercising. You control what they eat, you control what they do, they control everything. And you lower their body fats within the standard of the U.S. Army, so when they go to boot camp, they don't flunk out. It's very simple. And it's an ongoing program. Expensive doing it's like pre-kindergarten, right? That's basically what it is. And that is hard. It is really hard. I know when I was in high school, I joined the U.S. Marine Corps. And I studied for my exam that I was going to get when I sat down in the U.S. Marine Corps headquarters, actually U.S. military headquarters, Armed Forces thing. And I sat down and we were given written tests, and I studied months ahead of time for that test. My recruiter gave me the books, or told me where to go get the books, which libraries, if you need to buy these things, because I wanted to go in the U.S. military as a cook. What kind of strange? Why would you want to be a cook? Well, I would like to visit foreign countries, U.S. embassies, as a chef, not just a cook. I did cook in summer school. I want to be trained to be a chef, baking chef, vegetable chef. Right. And that's good. Basically the best place in the world, because in summer camp I fed 50 people. In Army base, I'm going to be feeding 500 people 3 times a day or more. And if I can move from feeding the raw recruits to feeding the officers, that's good. Well, that was my plan. But So I passed all my physicals, do my tests, 95, great, wow, we're going to love you in service. And there's a bus down there, and they told me, go run to the bus. I got about 100 yards, and I stopped. The sergeant came up and said, what's wrong? I'm out of breath. And then he said, what did you do the mile in high school? 50 minutes, sir. 1, I'm not a sir, and 2, you're getting your lung tested. So I go up to Great Lakes. They do an x-ray, and they said, you underdeveloped lungs. Oh, my God. They're a quarter smaller than they should be. So I go back there, and the colonel says, congratulations, you're now 1Y. Great. So I learned for the next 6 years, and I kept running. I run all the time. I'm trying to get that. Still run out of breath, but not that much. You know, I'm trying to train my lungs. And so when I'm 25 years old, after November Thanksgiving, I sign up again. I told him, well, I should be able to pass the physical because that thing. Oh, okay, we're going to test you again. What do you want to be? I still want to be a cook. Okay. You know, this is the Vietnam War. We do take everybody. You're out of breath. We won't notice that. Between Christmas and New Year's, I got hit with an appendicitis attack. I said, well, why don't you put me in a boot camp? And they said, no, you get your appendix out here. We're not going to have you lay up for 6 months doing nothing in basic training. So 6 months later, I go back in. I retake my test. I got 95. But this time, I got a different MOS. And I want to also be a cameraman if possible. You know, click, click. Maybe a little movie camera. And they say, let me show you something. This is you. You got 95 on this. Picks one, a pile from his left side. And this guy can't write his name correctly, his social security number, his driver's license if he drives, and he and that pile all have something in common. They all like each other. They're all homosexuals. Right. Even if they're married and have children, it doesn't make any difference. They all listed that down. And that whole pile is going to go, they're all going to boot camp. Well, actually, basic training. And they better learn what they get. They're going to get a rifle. When they get to Vietnam, they're going to give a rifle, and they're going to find themselves in the field. 2 things are going to happen to this group of people. 1, the VC will kill them. 2, they will shoot themselves in the leg. If the VC comes, they come back in a body bag. If they shoot themselves in the leg, they're out of the war. Congratulations. They get an honorable discharge, and we don't have to put up with them. You, on the other hand, you're too old. We want 18-year-olds. We want these people in. Sorry, we're not going to take you. Nobody's going to take you. You're too old. You're going to hit, in a couple months, you're going to hit 26. Enjoy yourself as 1Y. I know you from somewhere. He pointed at me and said, I know you from somewhere. We did. We both ate at the officers' mess in Fort Sheridan.